What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a pretty special video for you guys today. As of today, when this video drops, assuming I didn't screw anything up, it'll have been exactly 2 years since I beat my very first East game. Kinda crazy to think so much time has passed already. A lot about my life has changed just because of this series. I feel pretty lucky I got into it when I did. So, because of that, I decided to make a video detailing my journey through the East series, and also trying to explain why I love the game so much. Before I start though, feel free to share your own stories about East in the comments. I'm sure everyone found out about East in totally different ways. Alright, with that out the way, let's get to it. Alright, let me take you back to around early to mid 2022. Believe it or not, I was 15 back then.
Damn, you really are just a baby.
Would you shut up? Anyways, at the time, I was really just dealing with school, you know? I wasn't struggling or anything like that, but at the same time, I wasn't really enjoying my day-to-day routine either. To put it simply, it got repetitive, noticeably repetitive, to the point where the days were starting to just blur together. There's been way too many times where I've woken up, gotten ready for school, and been like, oh, wait, today's Saturday. Not only that, but I was starting to dread going to sleep and waking up too. I was really getting sick of school. And yeah, when I wasn't in school, I could just, play games or something to try and clear my head. But at the time, nothing was really interesting or grabbing my attention. Not only was I losing the drive to play the games I knew I enjoyed, but looking for new stuff just got disappointing after a while. I couldn't find anything I cared about. Anyways, with that, along with the monotony of school, I felt like I was gonna go crazy or something. The future wasn't really looking bright for me, but somehow, someway, I held out, and eventually, it was May. School was finally over, and now it was summer break. I was like, cool, I've got all this free time to... Oh, wait, what can I do? Yeah, it kinda got depressing. I had all this free time to do literally anything, but all I could do was just replay games or waste hours watching YouTube. But just a few days after my break started, I thought to myself, I can't spend the next 3 months like this. There has to be something I can do, some game I can play that'll hit the same as all the other ones I like. And so, with that mindset and boredom at its peak, I decided to go on a journey over to the Steam store. So, yeah, I had a bit of money saved up at that point, and I was determined to find a cool looking game to play for the summer. And during my search, I happened to stumble upon something. I don't know what it was about the game and what I saw, but at the time, my mind was telling me that there was definitely something different about this game compared to everything else I tried at that point at least. And even now, I still don't fully understand what urged me to give the game a try. It could have been the music from the trailer, maybe I liked the characters I saw, or maybe just because it looked so different from what I would usually try to play. Or maybe because it had a demo. I think that was a pretty big factor too. This is a little off topic, but while I was getting gameplay, I saw the title screen and got flashbacks to the ending of the game. Even 2 years later, this game still gets me emotional. So, I downloaded the demo and gave the game a chance. I liked everything I saw, but this was the most important part. Was the actual game fun? There's been a lot of times where I'll try a game out just because the art looks cool, only to play the game and be like, yeah, nah, I'm good. And I was really hoping that wouldn't be the case here. And thankfully, that wasn't the case at all. I was genuinely shocked at how much fun I had with just the demo alone. I had never played anything like that before and I couldn't get enough. Not only that, but I really liked the characters I saw too. I obviously had favorites though. But yeah, I loved the demo so much that I bought the full game right after. And believe it or not, I proceeded to beat the full game not even a week later. And during my first playthrough, I started to notice something just felt so different about this game compared to everything else I tried to play. I was having fun throughout the entire game. There wasn't a single time where I got bored or annoyed at anything the game made me do. I was constantly invested in the story, always wondering what else would the Grimwald Nox throw at me, or what's on the other side of this barrier. Wait, did someone say barrier? Dude, get out of here. I'm not even at your game yet. Oh, my bad, my bad. Anyways, this game was a really crazy ride for me, all the way from start to finish. There's genuinely so much I loved about the game. The amazing soundtrack, the fun and fast-paced gameplay, the characters. Okay, it was mostly the characters, but come on, can you really blame me? And don't even get me started on how much I enjoyed the story. I mean, sure, it was my very first East game, so I didn't have much to compare it to, but at the time, it had to be one of the best stories I've seen in a game. And when I finally got around to replaying the game after finishing the series, I only grew to love the game even more. Seeing how mature and confident Otto was, and noticing all the little references really put a smile on my face. But yeah, after I beat the game, I felt happy and accomplished. I had finally found exactly what I was looking for. A new game that I actually loved and enjoyed. And now there was only one thing left on my mind. I had to play more. And with that, I made my way back to Steam. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, surely he just looked up the order and didn't start randomly playing the games. That's exactly what I did. Well, kind of. I vividly remember my thought process back then. Alright, I just played 9, which is obviously the latest in the series. I want to get all the games, but I don't have that kind of money right now. And I actually kind of like these guys, so piracy isn't an option either. Maybe I'll get 7 and 8? Those are surely before 9, so if I play those, I'll see what happened to Otto before he got to Baldu. Yeah, that makes sense. Needless to say, my thought process was completely off. 7 isn't even before 8, it's after 6. So, after I beat both E7 and 8, realizing my order was still wrong, surely I looked up the timeline this time, right? Nope. In the end, I did get the order right a bit, but overall, I played the series totally out of order. But even so, I'm glad I played the games in the order I did. It was like I went on my own little adventure to play the games and figure out the timeline all on my own. When I got around to playing East 8 and I saw Otto mention how he always wanted to go to Altago, I thought it was kinda weird since I had just beat E7. Like, dude, you were just there. Or when I was playing E7 and I ran into some dude named Geis. I didn't know who it was, but clearly Otto and Dogi have seen him somewhere before. Only to play E6 like 5 games later and be like,
I know that ain't who I think it is.
little experiences like that just make the whole journey so fun and memorable, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much my entire journey. I ended off with East 5, waited until East 10 came out, and you already know how much I love that game. But even if my journey was a bit all over the place, I'm glad I got to see everything the way I did. But after being a fan of this series for 2 years now, I kinda thought to myself, why do I hold these games in such high regard? And at first, when I asked myself this question, I kinda just went, oh, well, the games are just that good. There's not much to it. But after taking in my own personal experiences with the games and just my feelings in general, I came to a pretty satisfying answer. Before that summer, when I first played East 9, I was kinda just aimlessly wandering through life, having no sense of purpose or any real enjoyment in, well, being alive, to be honest. But looking back now, I noticed how different I was after I beat a few of these games. After getting to know this brand new world, this new style of gameplay I had never seen before, growing to love and appreciate all the different characters I ran into, and hearing some of the greatest video game music of all time, I slowly started realizing that life is all about getting to see new things. These games made me want to do and see more in life. I noticed that I was interested in way more things than before. I started giving things a chance when normally I'd never even bother. I started watching more anime and reading more manga too. I was even staying on lookout for new stuff as well. I started going back and picking up games I never got around to finishing because I just didn't enjoy them at the time. Stuff like the Tales games, the Star Ocean games, Scarlet Nexus, Trials of Mana, and more recently, Tokyo Xanadu and Trails in the Sky. I know it's kinda typical to finish a game and be like, oh yeah, this game saved my life. Literal 10 out of 10. And yeah, I might have done that before too, but looking at East as a whole, it didn't save my life. It changed it completely. East got me out of a pretty dark place back then, and it completely shifted my outlook on life. After playing these games, I started to realize that there's way more to being alive than what I was thinking before. The future didn't look so dark and meaningless anymore. I was excited to move forward and see whatever life wanted to throw at me. And knowing all that, all I can really say now is thank you to East and Falcom themselves. I really don't know where I'd be right now without this series. So, truly, thank you. And yeah, that's my story. I hope it didn't come off as too dramatic or anything like that. I really meant everything I said. Either way, thanks for sticking around until the end. Feel free to leave a story of your own journey in the comments. I'm sure it'll be pretty fun to read. Anyways,
Dude, hurry up. There's a game series that you need to finish, or did you forget that already?
Oh, come on. There's no way I'm finishing the entire series that quickly. I'll be lucky if I make it to Cold Steel before summer's over.
Then we have no time to waste. Hurry up.
Okay, fine, I get it. Well, you heard what she said. I'll get back to playing Trolls. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and maybe subscribe too. Alright, that's all from me. See you later.